Hey everybody, I'm Nathan. Welcome to another video. Today I'll be talking about my first D&D campaign, which shall be called We Are Low on Funds. Stick around till the end. There's a very interesting ending, to say the least. Anyways, it starts with all of us getting a letter from someone, a noble apparently, to meet him at a specific city. So our first quest is to get there. All three of us are separate, so we kind of have to do this on our own. So, the party consists of three people. A homeless bard with a banjo, with a few holes in his clothes, very poor, but he's poor by choice, and has amnesia, and he's not the brightest person in the world, if you know what I mean. He has a giant rat familiar, which he can ride, and has a plus in blacksmithing, and is smarter than the bard. On to our next character, Oogway. He is just Oogway, with a phoenix familiar. Then you have the cat assassin with a strange cat bird thing, basically just a cat with wings, as his familiar. He's a rogue and is very much going to murder my face in. Anyways, I get to the place by riding my giant rat. Oogway just swims because he's a turtle and swims really fast, and the cat guy just took a a cab, I guess. I'm not quite sure how he got there still. But all three of us make it there. We introduce ourselves to each other, and I mispronounced Uwe every time my character spoke to him. He learned a little guppy from him, which he kept calling it. Then I just started randomly playing my banjo in front of the guy that's hiring us. Yeah, I rolled a 20, and it was like the most amazing performance he's ever seen. A bunch of rats joined in. They were dancing. They had little banjos. It was freaking amazing. And now, after the performance, Uguay had to distract me so he could actually get the quest info by by teaching me more fish. I guess I forgot what it was called. Don't sue me. While mental messaging both the cat and the hiring guy to explain it to the cat. After a long lesson in fish history and in questing, we finally get our quest. We must find an ancient item that's somewhere, and we need to find the map from a very distant village, which can be easily accessible by going down the river. So our first objective, get a boat. He gave us a bunch of money, and we can continue on. Anyway, so I asked the cat one simple question before we go shopping, and I will do this in my best voice acting way I can. Well, hello there, Nico, which was his name. Have you ever eaten a rat? And Nico, unknowingly knowing I like rats, said yes. First fight immediately ensues. Homeless bard with a banjo versus an assassin cat with years of training. Who will win? So we both roll to summon, I roll to summon rats with my banjo, and he rolls to summon cats. He rolled a 1. I rolled another 20. His familiar walked away. Now just a bunch of rats begin to flood out of the sewers into the streets. They're everywhere. They're just surrounding the group. The rats are ready to charge in on the cat. And before the fight really starts, the Nico pulls out a piece of jerky. It's rat jerky, and he screams, "You know what this is? This is." Then right before he finishes that sentence, Oogway's Phoenix plays the Sorrow song, which basically just calms everyone down. So now all the rats are just vibing, and he just goes, "This is a really good piece of jerky." And the bar just this makes me one of those stage plays I heard of. After that, we all go shopping. Well, Nico goes shopping. Oogway just randomly runs around from tea place to a pond to the outskirts of the city, back to the pond, back into the tea shop. Repeat with me just following him. So, anyways, Nico buys me a better short sword banjo thing. He roughens it up a little bit just so it's towards my liking. I now have banjo sword. If I press a button on the banjo, it releases the sword to stab people with. Amazing. And we get some rations and stuff like that. But then we realize we don't have enough money for a boat, or even to rent a boat. So Oogway's solution is we just walk. And I was also fine with this plan. Nico, not so much. He just walks over with a few gold coins, just slips them under the man's desk and pulls a knife to his throat. And he says, in my best Nico voice, "We're gonna give you a few gold coins. We'll be renting this boat. Buy yourself something nice." Then he basically goes, "Hey guys, I found us a discount." He didn't say that specifically, but just the gist of it. Just imagine that, but a darker tone. Anyways, I of course believe him full-heartedly, and the turtle does not. Oogway is very sus of him, but gets on the boat eventually. And we begin our journey downwards. Oogway was our router, or not router, engine, per se. Turbine, if you will, to get us around the water since it didn't have a sail. It's about the middle of the night. Oogway stops, walks to the end of the boat, is familiar that looks like a butterfly to most people, besides like a few that have like a high intelligence, which my bar did not have. We both roll again to see if the butterfly like transforms in our eyes. I roll a 20 again. And I was like, I see just this giant firebird on my friend. I was like, "Oh no, there's a demon bird. Don't worry, Oogwar, I'll save you." I break my sword on his shell, which gives him 17 plus natural armor. I was like, my sword. Then the rat fixes it. It's amazing. And Nico is just sitting there watching this. It's like, let's go to sleep. So everyone goes to sleep. I wake up in the middle of the night and I think, I'll be the engine. And I start proceeding to be the engine. I take us backwards by accident. It's like, I'm like going backwards, and my first immediate thought was, "Oh no, the current! There must be a current! Don't worry, guys, I'll save us!" Which takes us even further back. I went against the current. Nico and Oogway both wake up to see a very exhausted Bard at the edge of their boat. They're back at town, and Nico gets really mad really fast and tries to punch me, but Oogway, being the literal god of the group, steps in between. Second fight, Oogway 1v1 Nico. So, yeah, Oogway absolutely beat the snot out of him. He knew Dancing Lights, which he used to confuse him. He has 17 plus armor. He also has Unarmed Strike, or Patient Strike. So basically, he can do that as like a side action. If someone swings at him, and they fail to hit him, he can swing right back. So any attack he tried to do just failed. And I'm just in the background going, "This must be one of those fancy wrestling matches I heard of. Interesting." So, after the boat being damaged several times with Oogway having to mend it, we all just agreed to let Oogway get us back. Little did we know, he was taking us backwards to another city, which is why he didn't stop me, because it just made his plan easier. And that's where the session ended. That was a very interesting story. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you didn't, then go away. If you'd like to see more, subscribe. If you don't want to see more, then again, you may leave. Anyways, I'm Nathan. This has been Chaos Life. This is a goodbye.